Well, thank you for being here in the Julie Does Loan studio.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, so I'm Julie Farrell with Directors Mortgage, and I've been doing mortgage lending for over 20 years now. I can't believe I'm young enough to say that, but here I am. And I'm here with Jesy Benoit, licensed realtor with Premier Property Group.
Yep.
And you are celebrating just over a year in the business, which is amazing. And I have had so much fun working with you on different projects that I wanted to bring you in on this one because this is the first of its kind that I'm doing like this. So thank you for being my first one. But I also think that there's programs that are not being utilized by both our peers as well as by our clients that they could potentially serve because people just don't know about it. And so I think that you're going to be extremely helpful in sharing this information. So
I'll do my best.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
So first off, what's the number one objection that you get from people that are like, oh man, I wish I could buy right now, but...
It would have to be, I don't have the money, and that means by down payment.
Yes. Yes, me too. Yeah. So it doesn't matter how long you've been in the business. This is the number one challenge that we both face or that our clients face. And in fact, 81% of consumers that are saying that, yes, they would like to purchase, but they can't right now because they have to wait for down payment.
Yes.
81%.
That's a lot.
That is a
big
lot.
Amount.
It is. And I mean, there are the 100% financing options that a lot of people know about, like VA or USDA, which are great. And you should find out about those if you don't know. So what's interesting about the Chenoa program is that used to be that you could get a down payment for the 3.5% down payment required for FHA financing. So now you're putting zero down towards that down payment. Well, now the grant allows you to go up to 5% of grant money. So they help you out with closing costs and prepaid items too.
Wow.
This can be a product that can get into contract now, even in a seller's market.
Wow.
Because you're not asking that seller to contribute towards closing costs and prepaid items.
Which is a big deal.
It is a big deal.
That can be a big sales point for, a buyer.
Program highlights with this. You need a 640 credit score.
Okay.
Zero down payment. You need to be purchasing a primary residence. It doesn't have to be your first home.
Oh, what?
Right? You don't have to be a first-time home buyer for this program. It can be your second or third home or fifth, sixth, whatever.
That's pretty good.
I know.
That's pretty good.
I know. And there's no prepayment penalty on it.
Okay.
So you do have to repay the grant, whatever it is that you utilized for grant to get into the home when you refinance or sell. But 20% of that, if your income is below the median income for the area, 20% of that will be forgiven year over year.
Okay. Wow.
I know.
They've changed. I mean, that's come a long ways.
It really has. and the fear I think a lot of people have had with Chenoa was that the interest rate was really, really high, and that's also no longer the case. It is going to be higher than if you had a down payment, but only 1/4 to 1/2 point higher. Rates are still pretty darn good.
Especially right now.
They have gone up recently.
Yeah.
However, rates are still really good.
Yeah.
And so we're not talking about a terrible interest rate for 100% financing. So that's the Chenoa program. That's one option. The other option that I wanted to talk to you about was for our medical professionals, because I think that that's another underserved area.
Oh, absolutely.
Because there's some folks in this area that qualify that maybe don't realize it. So pharmacists, veterinarians, chiropractors.
Okay.
And they can finance up to $1 million at 100% financing.
Oh my goodness.
The other really interesting factor is that usually these professions come along with tremendous student loan debt. That is offset with these program underwrites, meaning we're not going to look at your student loan debt as a factor because we know that you have the means in which to repay it with the career that you've chosen.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
It
and
is.
Very deserving too, honestly. I'm glad that's...
Yeah. Go get a nice house
Yeah,
at 100%
right?
financing. Well, honestly, I find that a lot of those professionals, they'll have their own practice, right? Dental offices,
And it takes
veterinary clinics, they'll reinvest in themselves into their business before they'll invest into themselves.
Exactly.
And so this gives them the opportunity to get into home ownership at the level that they can afford without the necessity of saving up for that down payment. So just another option that I think is interesting for our clients and our peers to know about.
Absolutely.